Hey everyone, the holiday season is upon us, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. But with it comes an unfortunate burden, and that is, well, money. So in today's video, I'm going to help you try to stretch your dollar as best as you can because art supplies just aren't that cheap. So let's get to it. Here you have a picture of a dragon that I was working on way back, and as you can see, I don't have a blending stump. Well, something we can use is a Q-tip. They work remarkably well, and they're super cheap. So when you want to blend out those little spots, you can actually get a very nice gradation. It also helps that you can blend out all those nice little spots just like a blending stump, and it's actually really soft. Sometimes I actually prefer it to a blending stump. So, as you can see here, I actually do have a blending stump, but it's pretty dark. And when I go to blend anything out, it'll make either it really darker or it'll just gray it out completely. Another tip we can use is to actually use a nice white eraser. And if you just apply it like this, it takes a little bit of elbow grease, but the eraser will actually strip off large sections, as you can see, of the stump. Next thing I can definitely tell you is whiteout. Whiteout will help you a lot. If you want to create a glitch effect or if you want to create any type of simple little dot but don't have the money for an acrylic pen because they are quite expensive, it's to use whiteout. So going back to our little dragon buddy here, you can take the whiteout, just scrape off all that excess because a little goes a long way. And if you want just to pop a highlight here, you can just do so with a very, very fine touch. And the best part is, with whiteout, if it doesn't work and you don't like it, when it dries, you can just scrape it right off and it'll pretty much come right off. You use the white eraser and it'll just rip it right off. Next tip that I have for you to stretch your art dollar are these. They're called pencil extenders. And when your pencils get down to the nitty-bitty end, you can extend your pencil extender like this and allow for your pencil to be used all the way so you can hold it from a great distance and still get that control. Pencil extenders are actually pretty cheap and they go a long way. You usually get like an 8 or 10 pack for like $10. And I know it sounds well $10, but still, these are going to last you forever. And you're only going to use them for a handful of pencils, so you'll never have to worry about, oh, I can need a black or a white or a brown or a 6B or a 2H. You know, it's just, you're never really going to run into that problem. I know there's a couple of hacks that allow you to use the caps of markers, etc., and you know, tape them. You really don't need to. It's super cheap. It's a one-time investment. As you can see, I was working on another project, and a lot of bleed-through can happen when you use cheaper paper with alcohol markers. But something that we can do to remedy that is to take a piece of paper, and I carry so much extra paper from when things get damaged or projects I don't like, so I will take that paper and place it underneath. So now, when we apply the marker, and we can layer and layer and layer and layer and layer and layer on this cheaper paper, and it's okay. And it'll bleed through, and that's okay, because it's going to bleed through to our scrap paper, and scrap paper is so important. You can still use it to doodle, you can still use it to set up construction ideas, or to set up basic project ideas. Always make sure you have tons and tons of scrap papers because you're going to use them to test colors. If you don't have a color booklet, you're going to use them for your acrylic paint pens, if you have acrylic paint pens, and use them to test them out before they go on your project paper. It is so vitally important, and I really suggest keeping tons and tons of scrap paper. The last piece of advice that I have for you today is that if you're going to buy anything, try to buy in bulk. Now, I know that's kind of counterintuitive. Like, I don't have money. How am I going to buy in bulk? But here's the thing. That paper that I just saw you, that you just saw me draw on, that really cheap paper, it's really cheap paper that I bought in bulk. I use it for small, quick projects, or I just use it to doodle on when I'm not really wanting to draw, but I just kind of want to get my thoughts out on a page. I'm not wasting good quality paper on something that is going to be super, super cheap. So it is a great investment. You can buy tons of paper in rolls and in bulk and then just cut them out. Amazon's got it for $12.99. Art supply stores have tons of excess paper, and sometimes they'll have paper that they're just kind of trying to get rid of on clearance because it was a failed roll, it was destroyed, it was slightly damaged. Who cares? You just need cheap paper. You're not making a finished project. Or even if you're an art student, you need it for a cheap project. What does it matter? Take what we can get, because art's supposed to be fun, and we're not supposed to be slaving over trying to find a way to make ends meet and do our art at the same time. So I highly suggest buy in bulk. That goes with oil paints, pencils, anything. If you see a deal, grab it while you can. Buy in bulk. That's the best suggestion I can get for you. I hope all these tips help, and let me know what you think in the comments below. I really appreciate the sudden surge in my YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate all the new subscribers. I mean, it's only been a couple of months, and it's just quite awesome to see everyone's reaction to my channel. It's just, yeah, it's a delight. So thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy my videos, and I will see you all in the next one.